Utterly unbelievable.
What is?
You. And everything that's happened within the last few hours.
It boggles my mind too.
Mathew Brown. Atlanta's most eligible bachelor, remote, aloof. After everything I have heard and read about you, I would never have believed that you would get married. I would have bet anything you wouldn't.
You got a banging body. Would you have bet that?
It's probably how I got you. But me holding out. Probably I'm the only girl you ever known that ever has.
How about stopping somewhere and making it official?
How about 2 weeks from Friday? After we get married.
That is legal. That's no fun.
Your parents. They were very stunned. And I'm not really sure how thrilled your mother is. But then she really hardly knows me.
Well, it takes mother hard to adjust sometimes.
My dad. I wonder how he will react.
I've been wondering that myself.
Daddy's very protective, possessive. Mathew, you are one of 4 children. I'm an only child. You know my mother died a year ago. My daddy is very protective. He watches over me. But I'm not worried because you and my dad will get along just fine. Oh gosh, we are almost there.
How about a stop first?
No, Mathew. It's important to me to wait.
It's important to me not to wait. Come on, Megan. Loosen up. Come on.
Please, darling.
How about splitting the difference?
Whatever that means. After we are married, anything. But now, I'm sure my daddy is waiting.
Yes. Daddy's waiting.
Mother. Is Mathew home?
Hello, Kyle. He left earlier. I take it that you heard the news.
News? What news?
Yo older brother is gon' get married.
Mathew is gon' get married. Who told you that?
He did, earlier.
Married? To who?
Megan Hayes. Yo father and I met her a couple of times. But we don't know her very well.
I don't either. I mean not really. How you figure? I mean with all of the other women that Mathew knows a lot better.
I don't know. But 2 weeks from Friday, they gon' get married.
That's hard to believe. Mathew gon' get married. It's so sudden. Especially to someone like Megan Hayes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, from everything I heard is that she is a sweet, decent, pretty straight gal. And knowing Big Brother. And his taste in women. What is he doing with a woman like Megan Hayes, let alone marrying her?
You know what I'm really worried about? That he got her pregnant.
Oh, I hope not. I hope he didn't mess her up like that.
Well, why else would he marry her like that? She's almost a complete stranger.
Maybe because he finally got some good sense.
You are so different from yo brother. But then, yo sisters are different too. I guess all children are. You know there is absolutely nothing wrong with love, intimacy, and pleasure. You can learn that from yo brother. Don't castigate him. Learn from him.
Mathew darling. Wait right here while I prepare daddy. This is going to be a bit of a shock to him.
Yeah. I'm sure it will be.
We're very close. This ain't goin' easy. Hi daddy. How is my favorite father?
Well, he's certainly happy that you're home. And so very grateful that he has you.
And I'm so very grateful that I have you too, daddy. I love you so much, daddy.
You seem to be in a good mood.
I am, daddy.
Is there anything you like to talk to me about?
Yes, it is.
So tell me.
Well, I think you heard me mention a man I dated from time to time. Mathew Brown.
Ah, yes. I remember you mentioning him earlier. And you were supposed to see him this evening.
Yes, I did.
Well, you're home kinda early. Was the date called off?
No, I saw him.
You did. And what happened?
Something very unexpected happened.
What happened?
Daddy, he's here now.
Who?
Mathew.
He's here. Right now.
Mathew. Come on in and join us. Mathew, this is my father. Daddy, this is Mathew Brown.
Mr. Hayes. It's a pleasure.
Mr. Brown.
Mathew, Daddy, can I get you something, Mathew?
Tonic. And lime.
And you, Daddy?
Nothing for me, darling.
Okay. While I get the drinks, you two get acquainted.
What the hell are you doing here? You goddamn nigga.
Officer Hayes. I suggest you ask Megan.
I'm asking you, you nigga.
What the hell is your problem?
For starters, it's you, and I don't like yo arrogance.
So, are you two getting acquainted?
We're like old friends already.
Oh, I'm so glad. Daddy. I started to tell you something before. Something very unexpected happened tonight.
What is it?
Do you want to tell him, Matthew?
Nope. You do it.
He did what?
And we set our wedding date. It's 2 weeks from Friday. I hope you're not.
So, you want to marry my daughter?
That's right, Mr. Hayes.
Daddy, is something wrong?
Wrong. What could be possibly wrong? There's only one thing to say. That I wish you all the happiness in the world.
Oh, thank you, Daddy. I love you.
Just when I think I'm able to track you.
What? The earring.
The one earring today. And the beaded gloves in last fall's collection.
The unexpected. The true mark of a stylist.
Oh, if I had $1 for every time you said that to me.
That's what the Browns are known for. I wanna be first, Helen. I wanna be first in everything.
That sounds like a lead in for talk about our next collection.
Ah, not today. I have other things on my mind.
Anything I can help you with?
There's going to be a wedding in our family.
What? You're kidding.
My reaction exactly.
Well, who, Bob?
My son Mathew.
Mathew. Is getting married.
That's what he tells me.
When? To who?
She's actually a very lovely girl. Megan Hayes. The wedding is set for 2 weeks from Friday.
You said Megan Hayes.
Do you know her?
The name sounds familiar.
I've only just met her myself.
Well, what do you think of her?
Well, she's beautiful, she's gentle, and more importantly, she seems to be very much in love with my son.
Then, you do like her.
Yes, but more importantly, Mathew seems to. Which surprises me frankly.
But why?
Well, I thought Mathew was much too involved, much too busy with his many involvements with many different women, to settling down with one relationship, one woman, but apparently he's ready. Oh look, I've got to get to that PR meeting. Hold all my phone calls.
You got it, boss. And congratulations, Bob.
Thank you, Helen.
Martin, it's Helen.
Oh, you probably heard by now.
Then it's true.
We'll just see how true it is.
Good Lord, Martin, what can I say? I'm sorry.
Believe me, this wedding ain't gon' happen if I have anything to do with it. Just because they picked a wedding date, don't mean it gon' happen. And if anybody thinks that my Megan is gon' marry a man like Mathew Brown, got another thing coming.
Have you talked to Megan?
No, but I intend to the moment she comes down from her room. Goodbye, Helen.
Hey, I looked for you at home.
I left early.
Is that all you got to say?
What you think of the model in this picture?
Of who?
We just hired her. Didn't we?
Mathew, I didn't come here to talk about some model. I came here to congratulate you.
Congratulate me for what?
Are you getting married, or not?
Yes, little brother. I've joined the ranks of the betrothed.
And this is all happening in 2 weeks.
That's what I hear.
I don't get it. I hardly know this girl.
Well, you're not marrying her, are you?
You really serious about this?
Would I kid around about something as dangerous as marriage?
So I'll ask my question. Why are you doing it, Mathew?
Why am I marrying Megan? Have you looked at her lately?
She's a beautiful woman. But you've had plenty of those.
Megan has something more than just beauty.
It isn't a baby, is it?
Always thinking the best of me. Ain't you? No. She ain't pregnant.
Are you sure?
Kyle. I haven't even touched her.
Yeah, right.
Ask her.
You marrying a woman that you haven't even been to bed with.
We saving it for our honeymoon.
Get serious, Mathew. What's going on, really?
Sometimes I wonder about that myself.
Well, when did you first start to think about marriage? What happened?
Oh, nothing much really. Did I tell you her father stopped by?
Officer Hayes came over here.
Yes. He did.
What did he want?
To tell me in no uncertain terms. I was to end my relationship with Megan. By the stroke of midnight.
Does that surprise you, big brother?
I can see it doesn't surprise you.
She's a classy lady, Mathew. Good, clean and wholesome.
Too good for me, in other words.
That's what her father said. Isn't it?
More. Or less. But I took care of the old boy.
You know, it almost sounds like you marrying Megan. Just to spite her father.
It do have that energy to it. Don't it? What you think?
Well, I hope the hell not.
Well, I hope not too. That's a hell of a reason for tying the knot.
You think it's so wise being frivolous about all this?
Oh, chill out, Kyle. It's a marriage. Not a funeral.
Looks more like a circus to me. Big brother.
Well, you certainly don't look like the father of the bride.
Well, that's perhaps I don't feel like the father of the bride. I think we should have a little talk.
What is it, Daddy?
Megan. I don't have to tell you how much you mean to me. Ever since yo mother died, you've been at the center of my world.
And you know how important you have been to me also, Daddy.
Honey. You are far more important to my life than I am to yours. And that's the way it should be. I only mention this to point out something. Honey, I love you very deeply. And I want only happiness for you. And that's the most important thought that I could think of every day of my life. What is the best thing that can happen for my daughter?
Well, Daddy, I think your prayers have been answered.
Well, it's more than a prayer, Megan. It's a plan. That you get a good education, that you develop yourself. And eventually, a marriage and a family.
If that's your plan, that's exactly what's happening. I have my education, and now I gon' get married.
How well do you know Mr. Mathew Brown?
Well enough.
Honey, you just started dating him.
Daddy, how long did you and Mother date before you got married?
Well, I wouldn't compare myself to Mr. Brown.
Why not?
You tell me that you know him very well. Are you aware of his reputation?
Reputations, as they say, are left at the altar.
Are they?
Mathew has never asked any woman to be his wife before. I say that cancels out any reputation. I love him, Daddy. I love him like I have never loved anyone.
I wish to God that I had known this was gonna happen.
Why, Daddy? What would you have done?
Megan, the man is no good for you. Believe me. Now if you want proof, I'll be happy to give it to you.
Don't say that. You don't know him the way that I do. You got to give him a chance.
I would be happy to postpone the wedding for a couple of months. Maybe then I can get a chance to know him better.
Don't want to postpone the wedding.
If it's real, it will work.
I don't need to test it, Daddy. I already know that it's real. And so does Mathew. It will last.
Honey, you just barely dated him.
I am marrying him. I'm marrying Mathew Brown.
Megan. Megan, I cannot allow this. This man is going to hurt you. And I won't have that. I'm sorry. That is my final word.
I will marry him. With, or without yo approval. Please don't make it be without yo blessing. Don't do that to me. You mean too much to me. Please, Daddy, I beg you. Trust me, be happy for me. Because I love Mathew. I want him. And I am gonna marry him.
You are asking me to give my approval to something that I feel is terribly wrong.
But it isn't. Mathew is a good man. He's a wonderful man. And he loves me as much as I love him.
He really has stolen your heart away, hasn't he?
Daddy, don't. Please don't talk that way. You making this impossible for me. The last thing I want to do is marry a man my father can't stand. But I'm gone too. Mathew is the most important man in my life. Look, I'm sorry, Daddy. I don't want to hurt you. I love you. But don't you think you'd feel this way no matter who the man I chose?
No, Megan. Definitely not.
He would have to be a genius, strategist, and a diplomat. He'd need all that to get past you. God, I wish Mom was still alive. She'd like Mathew. If only you could feel that way.
Mr. Hayes, hello, this is Bob Brown.
Mr. Brown.
Well, I suppose you and I should become better acquainted. Well, if you'd like, my wife and I could stop by your place, with your permission, in a little while.
Well, I do have an appointment. But fine, I'd like for you and yo wife to stop by. I'd like to meet the both of you.
Oh, good. We won't stay long, but in view of the fact that we don't have much time.
Yes, we are gone have a wedding, ain't we?
Yes, in 2 short weeks.
Well, I look forward to meeting you and yo wife, Mr. Brown.
You got it, Lee. You have the exclusive as long as we're on the front cover. Good. Then we understand each other. Alright, I'll talk to you soon, Lee. Bye now.
Hello, darling.
What brings you by this way?
Well, I came by to pick up yo father.
Oh great. You two going out to lunch. Why that look?
No, actually we have an appointment. Well, because it's with yo future father-in-law.
Oh. Well, that sounds like fun.
Am I supposed to read something into that?
What's to read? Give him my best.
It's nice to meet you, Mr. Brown.
Please, it's Bob, and this is my wife Elizabeth.
Yes, and I've looked forward to meeting you too, Martin.
Frankly, before last night, I had no idea our paths would cross.
Well, to be honest, neither did we.
Yes, it certainly came as a complete surprise to us. You have a lovely place here, Martin.
Thank you so much. It has been a very happy home. For my daughter and me.
Well, I gather you and Megan are very close.
Yes, closer than close. After her mother died a year ago. Well, I'm sure you could appreciate how much she means to me.
You've done a lovely job with her, Martin.
I would say that our son is a very lucky young man. In fact, I'd say they're both rather fortunate.
Yeah. Well. How about discussing the wedding? How do you feel about that, Bob?
How do I feel about it?
Well, it certainly came out of the blue.
Well, I'll admit that I was taken a little back, yeah. Concerned. No, I wouldn't say concerned. We don't have much time with the wedding being just 2 short weeks away. But they both seem to know what they want, wouldn't you say?
Megan does. As I'm sure yo son is too, I would imagine.
Mr. Hayes, do you have a problem with this wedding?
I love my daughter very much, as I'm sure you do your son. I just want to make sure that she's doing the right thing.
And are you questioning whether she is?
She means everything to me, Mrs. Brown. It ain't easy letting her go. But like yo husband said, they seem to know what they won't. And I know that I want Megan's wedding to be a day that she will never forget. And I intend to make it that way.
I'm sure that you will.
Well, if you will excuse me, I'm sorry to have to cut this short. But I have a business appointment.
As you are aware, Megan and Matthew would like to have a small wedding. We have a rather large house. We thought it might be nice to do it there.
Well, I suppose that's very practical. Fine. Thank you, and thank you both. It was nice to
I'll
meet
call you later in. We will make some plans.
Martin,
Goodbye.
Your daughter is truly a very special young woman. Bye.
I got a whole lot of swag. I'm a waving flag. Wear a two-piece suit, I do not sag. And I walk with my head held high. Swag is bulletproof, it will never die. You understand? Determination, certainty, assurance, a confident man. Resolute and astute. Witty, sharp and acute. On the cutting edge. My game is absolute. Innovative, pioneering, I execute. Get my fruit from the root, no substitute. All the pretty girls, I see them in their birthday suit. Passion fruit, got the loot, never destitute. Follow suit, I recruit, haters all salute. Got swag in the bag, you can't refute. When I jump out the window, wear a parachute. When I commute on my route, the bag, I'm in pursuit. Confidence in what I say as well as I do. This is my debut, subscribe, like, share and review. I'm Mathew Brown, my afro is a crown. And I got a lot of swag, I am renowned. That sound profound, it's the swag in the bag. Got a 44 Mac. And I drive a Jag. Big booties, wig whack. I ain't no fag. I'm hard as fuck. And I'm on Viag. I got the swag. And the bag. I wear a two-piece suit. I never sag. I got a whole lot of swag. I'm a waving flag.